What if the beats you love are actually breaking you? I'm Rosemary Hafsam, back again to tell you how you can take full control of your life by what you choose to put at the end of your fork. Let's get into it. It's not just about food, it's also about the music we listen to. And did you know that just because you love rap music, that is doing something other to you than just creating a fan? Ice Cube exposed decades ago and is now resurging as to the importance of what's going on in the Black community in America.
Who benefits and profits off our bickering and our division? You know, it's like follow the money. I don't know their names, Bill, but if you follow the money, you go high enough, you start to see, okay, you know, this is an industry. Okay, let's take rap music.
Let's take it.
Same people who own the labels own the prisons. So
literally the same people?
Literally the same people who own the labels own private prisons. So, you know, it seems really kind of suspicious, if you want to say that word, that, you know, the records that come out are really geared to push people towards that prison industry.
Did you know, though, low frequency music that is being promoted as rap music is here for your demise, not for your fandom, but to break you down and to create the fastest pipeline from the hood straight to the prison system? That's what's happening with music that's low vibration, that promotes ideas and glorifies violence, hypersexuality, and lack of connection between people. It's basically about celebrating self-hatred, but not really seeing it that way because it's been branded to make it look like it's something that is glamorous and that leads to quick money. We as human beings are the only creatures on earth that do not naturally navigate and tune into healing frequencies. Every other creature on the earth does that, except humans. And that is because we are let down a pipeline of negative, low vibration music.
And then this guy, Ice Cube, I had him on the podcast yesterday. He's on Bill Maher, and he's saying, Bill Maher, the same people that own the record labels also own the private prisons. Who's he talking about? While he was on the podcast here, he said BlackRock. Do you know what are the two biggest private prisons in America? One of them is called Geo Group, right? Do you know who's the biggest shareholder, institutional shareholder of Geo Group? You ready? Number one, you can find this for yourself, BlackRock. They own roughly 14.16%. You know what number two is? It's called Vanguard. You know what they own? 9.96%. And by the way, the other one is called Core Civic Incorporated. Ready? Number one, biggest top institutional holder. Public information, BlackRock, 16.75%. Number two is Vanguard, 11.17%. You know what they like? They like the investment. It's a great business model. Let's get more people.
On purpose and by design. Now, allegedly, Hitler came up with that idea. Allegedly, he shifted the music frequency from the healing frequencies to 440 hertz. Now, 440 hertz is proven to be a frequency that promotes agitation and disconnection. And guess what? That has become the global tuning standard ever since. And what it's created is a place, especially in the first world, in North America, and especially in the United States, of promoting negativity and glorifying hypersexuality, drug culture, and negative thoughts, and devaluing women and human beings, especially in the Black community. Now, why is this happening, and why is Ice Cube exposing this? Well, there's a lot to be made from music. And when you have a people such as African Americans who are descendants of slaves, who don't really understand the value of who they are, who don't really understand the fact that they helped to build the America that we know today for free through forced labor of slavery. When you have a people that have lost the connection between who they are before slavery happened and the magnitude and the glory of who we were before enslavement in the United States, then once you have that knowledge gap, it's easy to manipulate people into not only devaluing themselves, but then devaluing people in their neighborhood, in their world, in their community. Low frequency music that we listen to, that's called gangster rap. Now, I'm not against rap music because I think that there are some really amazing rap artists and rap music, but there has been a very deliberate change into what rap music has become. That at one point, rappers were singing about owning Corollas and other Toyotas, and then it switched into owning Bentleys. We're seeing that people are glorifying things and not other human beings. Low vibration music promotes all of the negative parts of our environment that is seeping into all levels of society, and especially for African Americans. Low vibration exposure is used in war as a way of torturing your enemy into making them have no motivation and to give up. Now, if that's used in warfare, what are we saying when it comes to the pipeline between rap music and the prison system? Because what that's doing is that it's creating a wonderful, quote unquote, legal way of promoting slavery once again. Slave labor in the prison system. And guess who the number one contestants are for enduring slavery? Again, as African Americans, Black people in the United States are the number one contenders who are filling these private prisons. And a lot of it stems from the fact that we become disconnected from one another, from valuing each other as human beings, into just looking at life as a matter of gaining material goods over real human connection. So why is Ice Cube exposing this? Well, there's something that's to be looked at really hard when you realize who owns these private prisons. Now, take a look at it. There are some very interesting names on that list, including BlackRock and Vanguard. They not only own the majority of these private prisons, but they also own or have a large stake in record labels too. When you see that those other people of the palm complexion are the ones who own the masters of Black artists. So that means that the rap artist is not ever free from their masters because they don't own their own intellectual property. That's been taken over by the people who own these record labels. And that is why most of these biggest selling albums are made posthumously. So people like Michael Jackson and Tupac, their estates are making more money now after their deaths than they were while they were alive. And who owns those rights? The majority of it is owned by the record companies. So there is a real interesting and deliberate plot to keep you a slave. And if you don't recognize who you are from now on, start to practice and completely take deliberate action to break free of the matrix of low vibration living that leads to poverty, it leads to rage, it leads to depression, it leads to self-harm, it leads to single motherhood. It is not something to be glorified. It is something to be looked at as a way of stripping a people who were once considered kings and queens, who were at the top of their intellectual prowess, where the world had to come to Africa to learn about math and astronomy, not astrology, astronomy. These things we have not ever been taught beyond bare necessities. In a Black History Month, we are building ourselves a prison by what we listen to and how it affects our lives and our livelihoods. When you listen to low frequency music, what does that do to you? It creates things like poor health, poor sleeping habits, high stress, agitation, disconnection from each other. As a matter of fact, did you know that family cookouts have been dropping as far as the frequency of them? They dropped by 47%. Yes, somebody took the stats on that, that Black families are not coming together as they used to and have and enjoy family reunions and family cookouts. And there's something about the disconnection between family members and the community at large that has a lot to do with that statistic. The other thing that happens with listening to low vibration music is you become a person that suffers from preventable chronic illnesses because it filters into everything that you do. Because then you eat low vibrational food, fast food, toxic food, fake food. All of these things lead to poor health outcomes for Black Americans. And we still embrace it like it's something great when it's not. If you want the real story about how to prevent preventable illnesses, you really have to look at, what do I listen to? What do I watch? What do I allow into my inner sanctum of who I am? Do I recognize that I need to live beyond just what I own, but to live at a higher level, to help one another, to support one another, to lift each other up, and to stop the negativity that is leading to our early demise, while the owners, the masters, the modern day masters, are just watching it all happen. As they put it into play, they set it and forget it. Because then if you have a people who destroy themselves and who also promote and embrace negativity, you don't have to do any more work. We need to remember and to wake up. It's not the government that's going to help us. We have to help ourselves. And the thing that we can do is to start listening to higher vibrational music. Look into the research about 440 hertz and what that does to your psyche, to who you are, and how that then is interpreted in the world around you by how you show up in the world. It's really frightening if you don't know the alternative to it. The healing frequencies is 432 hertz. That has been proven to promote a healthy heart, mind, and gut connection when it comes to brain health and mental health. Things like dementia and Alzheimer's can actually be prevented if we start to improve and listen to those healing vibrations, because it automatically connects us to other positive vibrations around our world. And that includes simple things like listening to uplifting music, walking on grass with bare feet or on the sand with bare feet to contribute to your overall well-being. We have a lot to learn, and we have to thank Ice Cube for exposing this, because it's something that maybe we haven't quite been aware of, but on some level, we understand that something's not quite right. When people care more about their phones and being on social media than helping a human being. It's interesting when you see something like a car accident, for example. We see that on social media almost instantaneously, if not live, when it's happened. And you'd think that people would be jumping in to help those who are in need of help, whose lives are in the balances after these accidents. No, people are more interested in getting it onto YouTube or getting it onto social media as quickly as possible. We've lost connection with one another. That can be reversed, but we have to make a concerted effort to make those changes. I'm Rosemary Hafsam. If you have any questions about how you can improve your low vibration to a higher level and to improve your life, then please comment that down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to this channel. And remember that I also have a YouTube channel that's Hafsam, spelled H-A-V for Victor, S-O-M for mother. And we'll continue the conversation there. Have a good one. To your good health. We'll see you next time. Bye.